Hey guys, it's Al. I have a super special class planned for you today. I've partnered with Shimmerwood Beverages to create a CBD and chill yoga class. Now, you don't have to have a CBD product or anything like that to participate in this. It's just going to be a really great little restorative flow. So, whether you have a CBD seltzer from Shimmerwood Beverages or a cup of tea or a glass of water, just go ahead and crack open whatever you got, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, my friends, so here's the dealio with CBD. So CBD is an ingredient in the cannabis plant, and you probably know a lot about THC, which is the thing in cannabis that gets you high. CBD does not get you high, so it doesn't have any actual psychoactive properties, but it is known to help with things like nausea, reducing stress, relieving chronic pain. So it's used for some really, really cool medicinal reasons. I think that this is a great complement to a yoga practice, particularly like a gentle restorative yoga practice, one where you're trying to reduce anxiety, kind of down-regulate the nervous system, and get into more of a meditative state. So I wanted to pair this lovely, delicious Raz Lime Shimmer Seltzer drink with easy restorative yoga practice. We're going to move through some gentle stretches, and then we're going to hold some poses for sort of longer periods of time to really give the muscles a chance to release tension and just settle into some deeper stretching and more space in the body. So I designed this practice so that you can kind of do it from your bed if you wanted to, or on a yoga mat like I'm doing right now, but the only prop we're going to use is a pillow. So you don't have to have one. I'll show you how to do the pose with or without, but it might be useful just to give yourself a little more space, make the pose a little more comfy for you, and make it so that when you're done, you can just kind of tuck yourself right into bed and take a little snooze, a little 8-hour shavasana, if you will. So grab your pillow if you have one and just set it to the side for now. So go ahead and meet me in a seated position to get started. Doesn't matter how we're sitting. We can be sitting cross-legged, back on our heels, and we're just going to take a couple deep breaths to start off, like always. So hands down on the knees, eyes can close or lower, and just a few deep breaths here. Big breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. One more big breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Keep your eyes closed if you want, or if you want to follow along with the video, go ahead and blink them open. We're going to start by extending the right leg out long. So you can keep that left leg tucked in with the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. And to start, let's cross the right hand onto the left knee and extend the left arm up to the sky. And then just gently tilt over towards the right side. Big side stretch all along the left side of the body. Continuing with your deep breath here. So as you breathe in, you might start to sort of feel some space open up all along the side of the body, in between the ribs. Just finding lots and lots of length in this little shape here. We'll unhinge from this stretch. Reach both arms up, turn towards the right foot, and then fold forward over your right leg here. Now, I've pulled in a pillow, so if you have one nearby, you might want to grab it. Pillows can just be a really nice prop anytime we're in a restorative yoga session. So you can release the torso over the pillow, maybe even rest your head down on it. Maybe give it a little hug. Rest your ear down. You don't need to reach all the way towards your foot here, of course. Your hands can land anywhere that they naturally fall, and just let your body drape over that right leg. Just for a little bit of release, right? And walk the hands back up so you're sitting upright again. Set the pillow aside if you grabbed it, and we'll switch sides. So the right leg comes in, left leg comes out. Left arm crosses onto the right knee. Right arm extends up to the sky, and lean over towards the left. Again, finding that side bend here. This is probably one of the most active poses that we're going to do today. I just wanted to give us a chance to get a nice big stretch. Just kind of wake up the muscles before we settle into a little bit more stillness in our restorative poses. Breathing here. Finding all that space between the ribs. And then we'll come up through center, reach both arms up high. Turn the torso towards that left leg, and again, fold forward over the leg. Grab your pillow if you like. Don't knock over your seltzer. And release onto the pillow, onto the leg. Hands land somewhere where it makes sense for you in your body right now. And we breathe. Walk the hands back up, coming back to your seated position. Again, set your pillow aside if you grabbed it. And we'll take both legs out. So big, wide seated position. Reach the arms up, maybe lift the gaze a little. And then walk your hands forward and just let yourself fold forward. Again, you can grab the pillow here and drape yourself over the pillow. Hug the pillow and then fall forward. And if this feels too intense, or if it's uncomfortable or causing you any sort of pain, ease out of it. Just place your hands down and sort of lean forward until you can't anymore. We don't want to feel pain here. We're just trying to find some ease, some release. So you can come out of the pose a little bit. You can walk your feet a little closer together to sort of make this a little bit more comfortable for you. Every pose is going to look a little bit different for everybody, right? So no worries if your pose doesn't look like my pose. It's not about how it looks, it's about how it feels. So make sure you feel good wherever you are. One more breath here. We'll walk ourselves back up to a seat. We're going to make our way through tabletop position briefly. So just come up through all fours just for a moment here, and then take the knees as wide as the yoga mat, toes together, and shift your hips back. We're coming into our child's pose. So a couple options here. You can either just start to walk the hands forward and release your torso, your forehead, all the way down onto the mat. Or, again, see a theme with the pillow here. Can be pretty handy. You can take your pillow and lay it down right here underneath where you land to give yourself a little more space. And you can either give that pillow a little hug and rest one cheek on it, or just let it fall under your hips and your torso and still kind of rest your chin or forehead down towards the mat. Find a version of this where you can find release for a few moments. So If there's any discomfort in the body here, find some adjustment that allows you to be comfortable, to release, and find some restoration in this posture. Remembering to breathe, releasing through the hips, releasing through the heart. Letting your awareness center around the breath. One more breath here. And then we'll make our way back through our tabletop position. And from here, we're going to move into a pigeon pose. So there's a couple of options here. If you already know and love your pigeon pose, just go for it. You know how to get there. We'll start with the right knee. So you can take your right knee in towards your right wrist. The right ankle comes towards the left wrist, and lower that leg down as you shimmy the back leg down. You can either stay upright like this, or of course I recommend finding some release, so you can grab the pillow to fall over, or just walk yourself all the way forward and release here. If this is not working for you in your body, then come out of it and find a reclined pigeon. So you can just flip over onto your back and take a figure 4 with your legs. So the right ankle comes to the top of the left knee, and you can either stay right there or hug the left leg in towards your chest. So a couple options there. If you're in your reclined pigeon, just find that sort of spot where you are feeling the stretch in the right hip. And close your eyes once you get there. And if you're in your regular pigeon, maybe going back and forth a couple times while I'm demonstrating. Go ahead and use your pillow if you need to. Find some release here. Wherever you are, breathe. Wherever you are, if there's any discomfort, ease out of this. Be holding here for several breaths, so find somewhere where you can comfortably release, comfortably breathe, and soften into the hip. Alright, we'll ease out of this pose and shift to the other side. So if you're on your back, you can go ahead and just switch your legs from one to the other. If you're in your regular pigeon, go ahead and walk yourself back upright. Slide that front leg back through tabletop position. You might want to just kind of shake it out a little, lift and lower it just to kind of the blood flowing back in the other direction, and then we'll take that on the other side. So this time the left knee comes towards left wrist, left ankle towards the right wrist, lower the leg down, and shimmy or slide that back leg out. Yogis, if you are on your back, well, you found your way back to that reclined pigeon pose on the other side. So left ankle would come onto the right knee, and you can either stay there or hug the right leg in towards your chest. Wherever you are, finding that point that feels really good. You feel the stretch, feel the release. Close or lower the eyes and rest. Breathing deeply. Letting go of anything you're holding on to in the hips here. Such a common area for us to feel lots of tension, soreness, stiffness. So in this moment of stillness, really trying to shift the energy there just by using our breath. One more big breath here. And we'll walk ourselves back to a tabletop position if you're in your regular pigeon with me. If you're down on your back, just lower both feet down onto the mat. We're all going to meet you there. So, yogis who are in your tabletop, swing your legs over to one side. And we'll meet the rest of the yogis down on our backs with the soles of the feet on the mat. Alrighty. So just find your reclined position here. And we'll hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. And let both knees fall over towards the right side. Now, you can always land your legs onto that pillow there, or you can let them fall all the way down onto the ground, depending on how much space you have. And arms can extend all the way out long, or you can take them to goalpost arms. Your gaze might just be straight up towards the sky, or over that left shoulder to sort of deepen that twist. Extend it all the way up along the neck. Once you find the configuration that feels good for you, release and soften into the shoulders and all the way along the spine. Notice what parts of the spine feel tight or tense in this pose. With each breath in, try to direct that breath into that spot. And with each breath out, imagine that you are releasing all of that tension. A little bit more with each exhale. One more big breath in. And with the exhale, soften any amount more towards the mat. Next, inhale, the knees will come back through center. Coming back through that little hug. And with a breath out, lower the knees to the opposite side. Knees come over to the left. And again, they can land all the way down on the ground, or you can take them on top of a pillow. I'll do that on this side. And arms can extend out long, or take them to goalpost arms. Gaze up towards the sky or over towards your right. Notice how the shoulders feel here. Usually the opposite shoulder is lifting a little off the mat. And we'll just soften there. Find a little bit more ease anywhere along the spine. that is holding on to tension, holding on to stress. Take note of all of the parts of the body that are making contact with your mat here. See if you can root down a little more into all of those spaces. Just allow yourself to melt here. One more breath in. And a big breath out. Breath in, knees come back to center. And lower the feet down to the mat. Take the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall to either side. So we're taking a reclined bound angle pose here, or Supta Baddha Konasana. And if this is causing any discomfort in the hips, you can take pillows under both knees or blocks under both knees, or just let the hands rest on the outsides of the knees. You can also extend the feet farther away from the low back, so letting the feet slide towards the end of the mat a little more. Make this a little less intense. And again, don't knock over your drinks. Now, we're going to take our Shavasana. So you can either stay right here with your soles of your feet together, or extend the legs out long. Both options are available for you for the next 3 long, deep breaths. If you want a little bit of a longer Shavasana, you can always pause the video here, and then when you're ready to kind of close out with me, you can press play again. If you're ready to shift gears back into the real world, take one final breath here with me. Hands over heart, big breath in. And a long, long breath out. Take your time coming out of this. I usually like to hug my knees into my chest and just rock over onto one side. Then when you're ready, you can press yourself back up and meet me in a seated position. I hope you are feeling as relaxed as I am, regardless of whether or not you had one of these on hand. These are so yummy. The one I'm drinking is Raz Lime, and then they also have a ginger orange. And this one is called Just Hemp, so it has a really like earthy, just like natural sort of like plain seltzer taste if you don't like fruity flavors. But they're so good. They're just like awesome for kind of like having towards the end of the day after work if you sort of need something to mellow out, something to pair with your restorative yoga practice. And they actually make really great mixers too if you like doing like cocktails and stuff like that. I'm gonna put their website and social media links in the description of this video, so check them out, follow them on social media. They have lots of cool TikToks and Instagram posts and stuff like that to sort of show you how to consume these. I hope you guys enjoyed this practice too. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Give the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know which of these 3 shimmer seltzers you want to try first. I hope you guys are #feeling the shimmer after that. Have a great rest of your day. Mwah.